Just a real great weekend here at the Sports Pavilion for the Gophers. We had Penn State coming to town, #1 ranked team in the country. They've been dominating, doing really, really well. We had a sold-out venue, just an awesome atmosphere. We've been sold out for a couple weeks. We brought in some bleachers behind our bench and the visitors' bench to add another about 400 seats to it. But nearly 6,000 people there at the Sports Pavilion, and probably turned away at least 3,000 people that wanted to come. So it was really a great environment, great event. Starting off the match at 125 pounds, a short notice for the coaching staff that Brandt wasn't going to be ready to go, so we went to Jordan Kingsley, let him know, and he just did a really good job against a tough competitor, Mega Ludis, who's a two-time NCAA finalist. He went out and battled him hard and just fought hard. We're really happy with his fight out there on short notice. Then it went to 133 pounds. David Thorne had a revenge loss from earlier this year to Gillibon. He's wrestling really, really well right now, and he got us on the board with that win, so that was an exciting win for David Thorne. Moved to 141. Chris Dardanes, we brought him back out in the lineup, who he was out a week ago, has kind of been in and out. He lost to the #2 ranked guy in his weight class, but wrestled really tough. He's getting better. He's not 100% healthy, but he's getting there, and looking no doubt that before the Big Tens he should be back up to 100%. So it was good to see him getting out there and getting ready to go. 149, an exciting match. Nick Dardanes goes out, scores a takedown in the second overtime period of his match. A real exciting to win, put us back up on the board, and it was a great win, great effort by Nick. He's done a great job all year, and at that point then it made the duel. We had 7-6. We were down by a point going into 157 pounds. This was really one of the most exciting matches of the night. At 157, Dylan Ness was wrestling against the #4 ranked guy at his weight class. Dylan wrestled phenomenal, real basic like we talked about before, just staying basic when he needed to and using his funk as a second resort, and he controls the match. He has it locked up. You could tell at the end he has the win secured, and just decides, to go for it. And that's the guy we've been always talking about. The bigger the stage, the better he wrestles. And he ended up throwing Alton to his back then, kind of baiting him, setting him up, throwing him to his back, getting a pin, a huge win and bonus points for us that went on to make a big difference in us winning this duel. So that was great. He got the crowd fired up, and the place was loud and really in a good spot there at that point. So going at halftime, it was senior night. The seniors all came out at halftime and got really nice recognition from the crowd, and it was just great to see everybody come out and support them. 165 comes out. Penn State's, everyone knows David Taylor. He's a 3-time NCAA finalist. The guy's just a real tough competitor, but Danny Zilberberg did a great job. Really battled hard. Actually scored first takedown of the match. Rode him very well, and did a good job. But we lose that bout, and moves on to 174. Again, another very exciting match. Logan Storley has lost to Brown the last couple times, so this was a big match for him to get a chance at revenge in those previous losses, and great match. Storley did, I think, ended up winning about a score of 8-2. Had some really big scrambles, put him on his back a couple times. Maybe he could have had a couple more near fall. We felt that he didn't get. But he really, really wrestled a great match, and so that was exciting. Got the crowd back into it, and put us back on the board here, and now we have a lead. Then moving on to 184 pounds, Kevin Steinhaus wrestles Ed Ruth, who's just a phenomenal wrestler for Penn State. He's a guy that we lost to in the Big Tens last year, and he's a couple-time national champion. Steinhaus wrestles a great match, gets in on a couple shots, had a couple opportunities to score that Ed Ruth countered and scored points, but a very close match. We had a lot of opportunities. I think we learned a lot from that match, and it was good to see Kevin getting better as the match went on, and each week he's getting better and better, so we're really proud of his effort out there. Moved to 197, 197 pounds. Schiller suffers his first loss of the year against McIntosh from Penn State. We had an opportunity to score early, maybe made a small technical error there and allowed McIntosh to counter score on us. So that was a big change of events, I think, in that match. And then we stepped into a shot just trying to chase the guy down at the end and trying to be aggressive. And so lost that match, and then it moves on to to our heavyweight match. And this is coming down to the final. Whoever wins the heavyweight match is going to win the duel. Obviously for us, we're very I'm confident at this point because we have Tony Nelson coming out, who's a 2-time national champ. Tony comes out, wrestles great, defeats their heavyweight by I think a 6-0 margin, locks up the win for us. The crowd was phenomenal, going crazy, and secured the Big Ten dual meet championships for the Gophers this year again. So it was a really exciting win here at home with all the crowd and support, and it was fun, a fun win. And I think the team's really at a good spot right now. We're training well. The confidence has to be in a good spot, and we're looking forward to kind of making this push, help us excel going into the national duels this weekend, where we've won the last 2 years in a row. So if we can go on one match at a time, but do what we're capable of doing, maybe we'll have our third one in a row here. And so that's the plan for this weekend. And thanks for your time and support, and we'll see you soon. Go Gophers.